Hi, this is Elizabeth Pasquale, and I want to share with you a great story that I heard on The Moth. This is a story by Bobby Stoddard, and it's called Flight, and I urge you all to hear it in his own voice. It's a wonderful story. And I'm not going to share the entire story. I'm going to share just the beginning because it illustrates so beautifully something that I've been talking about and experiencing in my own life, and I think you will just get it. So here's the story from Bobby. I live in Vermont. And you know, if you live in Vermont, you have to love the cold. And I love the cold. I love the fireplace. I love the smell of the wood. I love skiing. I love the snow. I love the snow. And my favorite winter in Vermont was in 1999. In 1999, I was a part-time carpenter and a full-time ski bum. And our local ski resort, Bolton Valley, went bankrupt and was shut down. And the only way to Bolton Valley was up this windy road, very steep. And nobody would go up there because the ski lifts are shut down. But my friends and I, we went up those roads. We walked up to the top of the mountain because if you're a skier, you love powder. That's the church of skiing, and the holy grail is fresh tracks. By fresh tracks, meaning you're the first person down the mountain and you make your own tracks. You're not following anybody's tracks, and that's what we had all winter long. Fresh powder, fresh tracks. And I remember one day, it was a Saturday, and I went up by myself. Just me and my two dogs. And it was a glorious day. And I did my turns, came down the mountain, and at the bottom, there was a little gully. And I spun down into the gully to increase my vertical drop, and I turned around to look up to see my dogs following on that side of the mountain. And then about 100 yards up, I noticed something different. There was a couple, a father and a mother and their new baby, an 18-month-old boy, playing in the snow. And they had a little red plastic sled. And the father was gently putting the little boy on his tummy, on the red sleigh, hands holding the sides, and so gently just pushed him ever so slightly towards the mom about 7 feet away. And to this day, I don't understand how it happened. But she missed him, and he slid right through her legs and started careening down this mountain. Now, the father immediately jumped into his sleigh after him, but I knew he could never catch him. This isn't a little backyard hill. This is a ski mountain. And he was hurtling down this mountain, and the mother was shrieking. And as soon as I saw it, I began to run to where I thought he was headed. But I was in a gully. And as soon as I started running, I couldn't see him anymore. And the gully became a ravine. And I just knew he was still coming because I could hear the mother shrieking, "Parker, Parker, jump out!" and shrieking. And I reached the end of the ravine, and there was a steel pipe, the snowmaking pylon, sticking up. And I waited. And then I saw him. His little sled, his little head hit a crevasse. And he went flying off the sled, somersaulting, just missing that steel pipe by an inch. And whew, I caught him. I caught him. And I looked down in his little face. And his eyes are looking at me like big owl eyes. I'm just laughing. Woo! That was fun. And then, whoosh, the dad arrives. And you know, there was no way they could see me. I was down in that ravine. And he says to me, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Bobby." And he says, "Where did you come from?" "Here." And he says to me, "Bobby, do you read the Bible?" And I said, "No." And he said, "I believe God does something always for a reason, and he put you here to catch our baby." So when someone says something like that to you, it makes you pause. And I could suddenly feel all my senses heightened, and the mother arrives and she's shrieking. And because she's shrieking and crying, she has Parker in her arms and he starts crying. And I thought, what happened? I gave you a perfectly good baby, but all my senses were piqued. The father is talking to me as we're walking, and I can hear the air going in and out of his lungs. He shakes my hand and I can feel his fingerprints on mine. I can feel his perspiration. And as I drive down the mountain, I see the raindrops in a different way splashing on my windshield. And I can smell smoke from the houses that are 100 feet away behind closed doors. And I walk into a bar and I know exactly how many people are there. And I have this super sense because I now know my purpose. My purpose is to catch babies. My purpose is to save lives and be a Superman. Help old women and be a Superman in every situation. Now, that's Bobby's story in my words, so please go to the Moth and listen to it in his words. What I understand from this story, and he goes on, and he has a different understanding than I do. I'm sharing with you my understanding. He had days and days and days of fun doing what he loved best, focusing on fun, skiing the mountain, enjoying it, filling himself with the joy and happiness, the vitality of his body, doing what he loved best. This is the path to alignment. By alignment, what do I mean? By alignment, I mean me with me, you with you. You are more than these physical bodies that you see. You are source energy. That's the greater part of you. And that always is pure positive energy. In our terms, it's fun. It's fun, it's fun, it's fun. So when you do what makes you happy, you are in alignment. And when you are not feeling good, you're out of alignment. He had spent days and days and weeks being in alignment in perfect fun. And when you're in alignment, you can do or be or have anything you want. You can do what seems like the impossible. And that's what happened. He was able to do something inconceivable. Catch this baby. Alignment. Source knew where that baby was. Source knew where he had to be. He was totally aligned with his source. So go out there and have fun. Go out there and have the best time of your life. It is your life. And you came for the fun of it. So do what you like to do. Enjoy yourself. That is the path to alignment. And do it now. There's great love here for you and great fun here for you. Bye.